Hello and welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Tobago. I'm Avian Parks. Today we're at Keiros Villa in Sugar Hill, Mount Irvine. It's a lovely antique-style house set on a scenic hillside. Over the next half hour, we'll explore all this property has to offer. We'll also get you updated on what's happening on the island. So stay with us as we bring you all the details, starting with this week's headlines. A new program is taking the fight against crime to the communities. Tobago joins the globe in celebrating World Breastfeeding Week. Some of our seniors are bringing us the steel pan. And later, we have highlights of a vacation camp with a difference. All this and more when Let's Talk Tobago returns. Thanks for staying with us. Keiros Villa is a locally owned property in a quiet neighborhood in the seaside village of Mount Irvine. Its name is a blend of the first names of the owners, Keith and Rosemary. The fight against crime isn't just about enforcement, it's also about crime prevention. And as you'll see in this next story, a program is being launched that addresses the issue from within communities. More in this report.
Tackling crime takes collaboration, cooperation, and community involvement. This is the aim of the National Crime Prevention Program, the NCPP, which will soon be launched. The program is being spearheaded by the Ministry of National Security, with support from the Tobago House of Assembly. A recent public consultation was held at Crown Point to get the view of residents. The National Crime Prevention Program will address crime at a community level. All Tobagonians are being encouraged to become part of the solution.
The approach is, the approach we began with is to hire a criminologist who did training throughout all the municipalities and the THA. So training has begun. The second bullet speaks to the public outreach. That's where we are today. This is the start, it's rolling. And what we're hoping to get out of today is some of your ideas that are going to start the process of planning, leading to implementation, monitoring, and evaluating it.
Tourism is a key sector for the Tobago economy, so this area is where particular attention is being paid.
Tobago's economy is principally a tourist-based economy. And unless we live up to clean, green, safe, and serene, our developmental efforts would be thwarted or impeded. So we need to see this initiative in the context of that larger picture of the development of the island of Tobago, having regard to one of its main bases for development.
The National Crime Prevention Program is urging all residents to become partners in the fight against crime. Taking an active role in crime prevention will ensure security on the island is more than just a buzzword. I'm Marlon Gotzelben for Let's Talk Tobago.
Keith and Rosemary constructed this property because of their desire to have a family vacation home in Tobago. Their family collaborated on the design, creating a tranquil, spacious holiday home. Now this, the Globe recently observed World Breastfeeding Week in Tobago. That meant creating public awareness about the importance and benefits of breastfeeding your baby. Crystal George has more.
Breast is best. That's the message to Tobago, as the island recently joined the globe in celebrating World Breastfeeding Week. Also in 2018, the Breastfeeding Association of Trinidad and Tobago marks 41 years of existence. And it's the 18th year Tobago is hosting its annual walk in commemoration of World Breastfeeding Week. Breastfeeding helps baby establish a deep bond with their mothers, while breast milk helps lay the foundation for a healthy life. It contains all the vitamins and nutrients your baby needs in the first 6 months. It's also loaded with disease-fighting antibodies that protect your baby from illness. That's why midwives have been encouraged to share this message with their patients.
Midwives remain committed to our roles in educating, promoting, supporting women and their families about the benefits of breastfeeding, as breast milk remains the ideal food for newborns and infants everywhere, providing all the nutrients they need to give them a good start.
Mothers should breastfeed exclusively for the first 6 months. That's why the authorities are pushing for 2 major changes for women who have given birth.
One is we're pushing for a longer maternal leave. We think it should be a minimum of 6 months, maybe more. And the other thing that what we can do right now is breastfeeding breaks for mothers who are working, something that is actually our right.
Breast health on the island is a very important issue for the health sector. Women in Tobago are being urged to be proactive. They're being asked to take charge of their health instead of having to seek treatment after illness occurs. In this regard, there's good news coming from the health sector.
To say to you that we expect by the end of November to have our first breast health clinic started in Tobago. We are going to embark on that area of women's health to ensure that our women's breasts remain healthy.
The theme for this year's Breastfeeding Week was Breastfeeding, the Foundation of Life. I'm Crystal George for Let's Talk Tobago.
Keiros Villa sits on a half-acre of land. Its 4 twin-bed ensuite rooms can accommodate 10 guests. It's designed for maximum comfort with air conditioning and furniture hand-picked for your relaxation. Tobago has a proud history of producing outstanding netball talent. To ensure that talent continues to develop, the island got some international help in hosting a workshop that's beneficial to both coaches and netballers. Candy Freitas explains.
Over the years, Trinidad and Tobago has produced its fair share of netballing talent, but the sport has declined in recent decades. However, it's making a comeback on both islands. Programs such as the recent NetGo workshop held in this country are helping young netballers to make progress. NetGo is an initiative of Netball New Zealand, the sport's governing body for that country. It's partnering with the Trinidad and Tobago Netball Association and other regional bodies to boost the game in this part of the world. The workshop series is being facilitated by South African-born Irvine van Dijk, a former New Zealand shooting great and 2003 world champion.
It is really nice to share my knowledge, and by no means do I know everything. I might look like I know everything, but I don't. But that is the beauty of presenting workshops, because I learn from you as much as you learn from me.
In Tobago, the workshop benefited both coaches and players through different drills, coaching advice, and other techniques.
We, the Tobago Netball League, Tobago Netball Association, welcome this initiative. We saw it advertised in Trinidad, and there was no mention of it in Tobago, and we were wondering if persons could have gone down. And when Bridget Adams called me and said that they are going to have it in Tobago, we grasped that opportunity to be part of the organizing of this.
New Zealand and Trinidad and Tobago already have existing sporting ties, and this workshop is another opportunity for both countries to connect.
We are absolutely delighted. We think that this is a really wonderful opportunity to show the sporting connections between Trinidad and Tobago and New Zealand through netball, through cricket. It was even just yesterday in Port of Spain in which Irene and I came across a few New Zealanders playing for the Caribbean Premier League. Yes, and we've also got a New Zealander who's coaching the Trinidad and Tobago national rugby team.
The sessions took place at the Shaw Park Hard Courts. I'm Candy Freitas for Let's Talk Tobago.
It's time to take a break, but coming up we'll tell you about some senior citizens who are getting into their pan groove. More when Let's Talk Tobago returns.
So my God.
Keiros Villa's tropical decor includes colorful furnishings and locally crafted teak furniture. It's rustic and yet elegant with that unmistakable Caribbean flair. Retirement doesn't mean you have to stop being active. Certainly not for the senior citizens you'll meet in this next story. They're putting a whole new spin on the national instrument, the steel pan, as you'll find out in this report from Crystal George.
What should you do after retirement? Travel the world, read the news, or take up gardening? Perhaps take care of the grandkids, but not this bunch. They're the Reloaded Steel Ensemble, a group of 22 retirees with the love for the steel pan. It was started in 2015 so that those over 60 could keep active and connect with each other. They're dedicated to the national instrument. They practice twice a week at the Mount Pleasant Dixieland Pan Tent.
It really comprises retirees, anybody over 60 who's not working and who would have had the time, because our normal rehearsal day is Thursday, Fridays between the hours of 9 and 12.
It's a unique group. Most of the members have no experience playing music, but that's also what makes this class enjoyable and exciting.
Reloaded means at age 60, it's a re-energizing and revitalizing and of the mind and the body and everything. And we're going into an area that many people or most of the players were never involved in, playing pan. So the group that started, most of them were not musicians, have never had an opportunity to play pan.
Roger Sardina is the tutor. He says when approached to offer classes, he didn't hesitate. In his words, doing something like this after retirement gives the members something exciting to look forward to.
They said they wanted to learn a song on pan, so we started off with that premise. And it developed into, to me, much more. We decided to do a song, and one song went on, and now we have a pretty decent repertoire.
One of the earliest members, Maureen Crook, says she's never thought about quitting.
I joined the band from its inception. I enjoyed music, and this is our pan, our Trinidad and Tobago instrument. I've always loved music, and I have no intentions of leaving. It keeps the mind going. It keeps us going rather than sitting at home and doing nothing.
The Reloaded Steel Ensemble is available for private functions. For more information on classes and bookings, you can contact Mrs. Ruby Warner at 798-2678. I'm Crystal George for Let's Talk Tobago.
We shift from Mount Irvine to Scarborough, where some of the island's coaches and PE teachers recently got youth development training. The program is expected to bear fruit with the island's up-and-coming sporting talent. Here's this story.
Sports development in Tobago is picking up speed, literally, with a groundbreaking opportunity for those training developing athletes. 30 coaches and physical education teachers had a month of rigorous training both on and off the field. It covered various sports that are popular on the island. Garth Nichols, the president of the Tobago Athletic Committee, says it's a wonderful way to boost sport development on the island.
The gist behind this coaching project is basically to sensitize the coaches in terms of basic motor skills and so on, and to assist the primary school athletes or children, as we would call them, in terms of participating in various sports. Not just track and field alone, but football, cricket, netball, and so on.
The program was established by the Division of Sport and Youth Affairs. It's taken a little inspiration from one of our Caribbean neighbors. Division representatives, including Secretary Jomo Pitt and sporting stakeholders, visited Jamaica to learn more about their youth development program.
Initially, one of the things that we were looking at is the Jamaican model, where we observe that the track and field athletes in Jamaica, they are doing very well worldwide, and we were trying to figure out what was the magic behind their success.
One of the schools in Jamaica that had excelled in producing standout athletes and coaches is G.C. Foster College. Its vice principal, Paul Beckford, says a big part of training comes from how you relate to young athletes.
It is being able to relate to the child or to the children and being able to elicit from them issues that are concerning them that would have prevented them from giving off their best. So based on what we have been imparting to these physical education teachers, coaches, we have also been guiding them in terms of helping their children from a psychological perspective, helping them to appreciate their talent, helping them to acknowledge the potential that they have.
This approach has paid dividends for Jamaica, and with the ongoing training for those who will develop Tobago's sports stars of tomorrow, there's a bright future ahead for track and field. I am Marlon Gotsleben for Let's Talk Tobago.
Tobago offers much more than just sun, sea and sand. But while you're at Keiros, you can enjoy just that. Take a swim in the pool, lounge and soak up the sun, or enjoy stunning tropical sunsets from the gazebo. It's also just a few minutes from the beach or water sport of your choice. We head to the southwest now, and Crown Point, the location of the latest police town meeting, the community gave their thoughts on noise pollution and other concerns. Here are some of the highlights from that meeting.
Noise pollution was again among the main concerns of Crown Point residents in their most recent meeting with police. The rising noise levels from bars and other businesses is a recurring theme. And at the latest police town meeting in the community, one resident is asking for more police patrols in the area.
We have a lot of bars and restaurants and a lot of people coming from other parts of Tobago to our neighborhood. Not a problem. We need activities, we need things to do, so we want them there. But the noise, the garbage, the potential for interactions, negative interactions, is an issue.
I can tell you last week we had officers down there checking on the noise level. They would have warned some of the people, and I know they are prepared right now that if these people continue, they will be prosecuted for those offenses.
Another resident is seeking relief from roaming animals. He says this challenge is affecting his livelihood.
We in Bonacor and Kinan is having a problem with agriculture. There are guys who have a lot of sheep, just letting them go and roam in the village. And we cannot do our planting anymore.
If the animals found destroyed your crop, you have to impound them. If you can identify the animals from where they come, then you can photograph them, destroy the crop. Then you can also go to the court or go to the police, and they can charge that person for having a confined animal.
What about if you stumble upon an illegal weapon? ACP Moore has this advice.
You might be cleaning maybe around the yard, and you discover, and let me be specific, you discover a gun in close proximity to where you live. My question is, how or what steps that I need to take in order to deal with a situation like that?
In your yard, you also do say you call the police, but do not remove the item from there. I expect them to come to you to retrieve that item.
The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service town meetings are aimed at creating closer ties between the public and the police service to strengthen the fight against crime. I'm Kern De Freitas for Let's Talk Tobago.
We've got to take a break, but when we return, we bring you the highlights as the Cool Kids Camp vacation experience come to a close. Stay with us. At Keiros Villa, you can host a variety of intimate events, such as weddings, anniversaries, and even family reunions. The friendly staff at Villas of Tobago are at your convenience to help ensure you host a memorable event. It's August, and that means vacation camp. Whether it's sport, music, or science, there's an abundance of activities to keep kids engaged while school's out. But the Cool Kids Camp offers a little more. It's all in this next story.
These are the cool kids. They're signing off after 2 weeks of July-August vacation camp. But it's not your ordinary camp. They embraced their creativity, enjoyed field trips, explored their talents, and learned about friendship, cooperation, and how to respect and appreciate each other. And they left camp with greater self-confidence than when they arrived.
As I look around at the various exhibits in the hall, I feel very confident. As I look at the various indicators of great potential, and it gives me a sense of accomplishment knowing that our children are doing well and they will continue to excel in all their endeavors.
Also at the Cool Kids camp, the youngsters were paid a special visit, and they got some timely words of inspiration.
I want to encourage all of you today to use every opportunity, every resource, every relationship, every friend, every network, every conversation, every laugh, in order to build the kind of life that you want for yourself.
The young campers were encouraged to dream big and to work hard to achieve those dreams regardless of their circumstances.
I'm saying to you today that whatever possibilities, whatever ideas, whatever expectations, whatever imaginations you have for yourself and for your future, you can achieve it because you are a cool.
They also had the chance to show off their talents. The Cool Kids Camp had 2 installments, hosted by the Division of Community Development, Enterprise Development and Labour. The first was held at the Glamorgan Multipurpose Facility from July the 9th to the 20th, and the second at the Lambo Multipurpose Facility from July 23rd to August the 3rd. I'm Kern DeFreitas for Let's Talk Tobago.
Keiros Villa is surrounded with healthy fruit trees, but it's now time to have your say. Let's hear who had their say this week.
So we're here with Miss Jordan right now. So we're here with Bruce right now. So we're here with Brent right now. We're asking Mr. Philip. And we're asking Bruce Winchester. I can't cooperate. Have your say. This week, we're out through the streets of Scarborough once again. We're asking folks, where's their preference for the Great Race weekend? Is it Tobago? Is it Scarborough? Let's hear what the people had to say this week in Have Your Say.
Well, the thing is, when it was in Scarborough, vendors used to have a share. They might be able to really make something. But at the same time, the whole Scarborough used to be cramped. So it had a challenge there too. Right? Down in Tobago where it was originally is, because it's a marine sport.
You just feel more like in the spirit now because you're on the beach and it's a beach thing, it's a sea thing. The boats is on the road on the beach, on the sea. So then keep it in Tobago. It was always Tobago. I don't know why they be trying to fix things that working. Don't try to fix something that working. It's working already. How much years now Great Race going on? More than 50 years, right? Well, leave it right down there because it's been working.
I'll tell you, I get something. The businessmen are getting nothing. Tongue himself carnival as sponsor. Not football, nothing. So I carry the thing down back the road.
I find personally it would please, a lot of people who cannot, accommodate themselves down at Tobago side. And then people come from the country and all them kind of thing. Then there are visitors who come from Trinidad and all them days. They come on the boat. It's easier for them to just stay by the fence and watch the boat. And them, well, you may not see much, but you excitement because there are a lot of activities that's going down there. But me, I see no reason why they should really carry back there because with the accommodation down there, that can accommodate people who really want to come to see great racing.
We close yet another edition of Let's Talk Tobago, and as always, we thank you for watching. Please email us with your comments or queries about the program, and be sure to visit our website, like our Office of the Chief Secretary Facebook page, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. For more information on this villa, you can contact Villas of Tobago at 639-9600 or visit their website at www.villasoftobago.com. From our house to yours, I'm Avian Parks, along with the Department of Information, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly, wishing you a safe and productive week.
when I just got into high school, Converse sneakers was trending those days, and I wanted to get one. So my parents went looking, mom and dad, and they saw this guy doing a leather craft, but he was doing it so neat and so well. You know, they asked, "Can my son come and learn?" You know, he said, "Yeah, sure, he could come." They asked me. I said, "Well, I ain't nothing to do, so me as well." In the back of my mind and in my head, I would always say, one day I'm going to start back doing leather craft, but whatever I'm going to bring to the table, I want it different. I am Tadata from Tadata Leather Collections. I'm the main designer there, and I've been doing this for the last 28 years. You know, 28 long, hard working years. I do all the hard work. But I always like designing, you know, designing houses, you know, designing shoes, designing bags, and, you know, having that kind of passion, I kind of lean towards this side. You know, I cater for persons who like unique stuff, who like things that are different. You know, so if you look at the designs on my work, it's, you know, not the normal run-of-the-mill designs you will see around, but designs that are unique. And I did that specifically so that I could draw the attention of the crowd, because to get into a market like this, where there are so many designers, you know, you have to come different. When I design things that have all these sharp curves and geometric finishes and so on. And along with that, I apply the color. I also look at the creator's way of how he applies colors, how he mix colors. So if you look at my workshop, it's open to the natural elements, you know, the flowers in the backyard there. And I look at these plants, I look at the flowers and see how the colors are blended. And I just copy it. Who could do something better than the creator? They can't do better than that. If you notice, my footwear, they are padded, they are soft. Before they used to be hard. The reason why they are soft, because the client would ask, "Mr. Arthur, don't you have something softer?" I say, "Yes, you know." Then when I keep hearing it over and over, I say, "You know what? Let me do what the clients ask for." And that has been a selling point in my product, because they like the softness, the comfort of the footwear. So now that there's a demand for Tadata products, both locally and internationally, we have now looked at, you know, manufacturing some of our products. And what that has brought to the table now, it is going to become more affordable for many of our customers and even new customers. So it's like a painting. You have the original, and you could get a print. Well, Tadata could get the original handcrafted product, but you could also get a manufactured piece at a more affordable price. And this is the direction we have to, because that ain't getting any younger. Now, what is nice is that my nephew is also, you know, very skilled, very artistic, and what was nice is that he loved the craft. He's into jewelry, but he's very, very skillful with his hands, and he's now working along with me. We wanted Tadata name to kind of live on for a few more years. A few of my greatest accomplishments, first of all, my long, loyal customers, and also some of my items were gifted to some of the world-renowned artists and personals. For instance, we have Ashanti. We also have the Obamas. And there was a package hand-delivered from the White House from Michelle Obama, thanking Tadata for the gift that she received. In the next 3 to 5 years, where I would like to see Tadata is Tadata Leather Collection. Is of course having a online store, right? Because that is where everybody doing things now, and really getting the product into the hands of persons pretty much all over the world, selling Tobago and selling Tadata. And that's my tourism story.